Back again, this time for top picks game week 9. As always, I'll be sharing 2 great options for each position, one based on Fantasy Football Hub's predicted points and one my own pick, built from stats, fixture analysis and a little gut feeling. Let's find the best players for the next 3 game weeks. Alright, so first off we're going with defenders and starting with the Fantasy Football Hub pick. They've gone for Cucurella. He's predicted 15.2 points over the next 3 game weeks. That's the 3rd highest among defenders, behind Gabriel and Timber. Chelsea's expected goals conceded sits around 1.6, but remember they've had players sent off in their last 3 games now, which of course hasn't helped. And last season they were actually near the top of the league for expected goals conceded, so I expect that stat to come down a little over the next few game weeks. Fixtures are very good. They got Sunderland at home, Tottenham away, then Wolves at home. Obviously the 2 home games against Sunderland and Wolves, 2 teams that aren't the most prolific, so there's a real chance for Chelsea to get more clean sheets after their clean sheet from game week 8. He's got 2 assists in 8 games, which isn't bad, but for a 6.1 million defender, I'm probably wanting a little bit more threat than that when you can have players like Munoz at 5.5 million, my pick who's got a little bit more goal threat, and there are a few other defenders that you could go for who are cheaper. Now for me, he's just too expensive. He's not nailed on for 90 minutes. He's been subbed or benched in almost half his games, and the defensive contributions isn't the greatest either. He's only managed to get it in 1 game out of the 8 games so far, and that was against Forest in game week 8, and that's likely to do with the fact that they were down to 10 men once Gusto got sent off. If he were nailed, he'd be a nice differential, but for me there's just too much rotation and I think there's better value picks elsewhere. Now my pick, I've gone for Trevor Chalobah. This guy is pretty much nailed. He plays every 90 minutes. He played full 90 minutes for the first 6 games before that red card. Chelsea's expected goals conceded drops to 1.06 per 90 with him in the team, so they're clearly stronger defensively when he starts. He's predicted 14.8 points over the next 3 with an expected goal involvement of 0.2 per 90. Not bad for a centre back. And the best part is he's $1 million cheaper than Cucurella. 2 goals, 1 assist from 6 games, plus 3 goal involvements last season too. He's obviously a legit set piece threat. So for me, Chalobah's the better pick. If you want a piece of Chelsea defence who have very good fixtures for the foreseeable future, and he's also got more defensive contribution potential too, averaging 8.97 per game. Now we're moving on to midfielders, and Fantasy Football Hub have picked Enzo. He's predicted 14.7 points over the next 3, which is just below players like Saka, Salah and Semenyo. And the big factor is that he's on penalties whilst Palmer's out. He plays full 90 minutes. He's got 3 goals and 2 assists in 7 games already because he didn't play in game week 8. He's averaging 0.87 big chances per game, which is actually up there with the top forwards in the league. And at just 14% ownership, he's actually a very decent differential. The only question we have now is his knee. How long is he going to be out for? He missed game week 8, so just keep an eye on that injury update before making a move. And my pick is Iliman Ndiaye. He's quietly going on delivering points. He's got 3 goals and 1 assist, which means he's returned in half of his games so far. He's also on penalties, which we love for consistency. He's got an expected goal involvement of 0.5. And he's also got 0.4 big chances and 0.4 big chances created. So it's evenly split between goal threat and chance creation, which is great because it means multiple routes to points. Then when you add in his DEFCON contributions, he's got 0.8 per 90, which is around 8 per game. And he's a point magnet. He's a winger getting 0.8 per game. In total, over 8 games, he's got 80 defensive contributions. Yeah, it'd be hard to find another winger who does the same for any other team in the Premier League. So when you use that, for example, if you look at Saka didn't score in game week 8, but he still bagged 7 points. Thanks to DEFCON contributions, 90 minutes played, clean sheet and bonus. So if Ndiaye can do that for 2.5 million cheaper, he's going to be real value. My only hesitation with Ndiaye is that Everton, in general, aren't a free-flowing team. They don't score many goals. They grind results out, win by 1 or 2 goals. So how often is he going to be in the points in terms of attacking returns? but they are 8th for expected goals, which is above Bournemouth. So the goals are there, so maybe I'm wrong with that, but it just feels like Everton are a team that by 1 or 2 goals, and he's not going to pick up double-digit hauls often, but he may just tick along nicely with 5 or 6 points every week. I mean, in game week 8 against City, he managed 4 points, which normally you'd expect nothing from for an attacker against City away, but there he is picking up 4 points. And yeah, so if he keeps doing that, he's picking up a number of points throughout the season. So yeah, maybe I moved him out too soon. I'm obviously happy with Sarr. Again, he had a very good game against Bournemouth, could have scored, but a part of me wonders whether I should have swapped Reinders instead. And with his fixtures, they're good. He's got Tottenham at home, Sunderland away, and then Fulham at home, so he could easily return in any of those games. Now we're moving on to the forwards, and Fantasy Football Hub have picked Mateta, and this is one after his hat-trick on Game Week 8 I can't really argue with. He's predicted 17.8 points over the next 3, coming off that hat-trick versus Bournemouth. Now, I said last week he looked tired, and I actually still think that, but after the international break, scoring for France has clearly lifted him. He got an expected goal involvement of 3.67 in just 1 game. He should have had more than 3, honestly. And Palace's expected goals is 2.23, which is the highest in the league. And that's above City, who have 1.6, and Man United, who have 2. So yeah, Palace are the free-flowing team, creating chances, and Mateta's at the forefront of that, getting those chances. It really just depends on whether he can put them away. He does have Arsenal away next, but I wouldn't be worried about playing him. He did score a really good goal against them last season away from home, where he lobbed Raya from distance. Then he's got Brentford and Brighton at home. Brentford, as I mentioned in previous videos, are a team that has not kept many clean sheets, and Brighton, he's managed to score against them on numerous occasions. So 3 decent fixtures. Arsenal will be tough, but then after that, 2 home fixtures, which you can't complain about. So yeah, he's a top pick. So my pick for the forward position is Voltemade. Now, last week I picked Bowen and I actually transferred him in. He hasn't played yet. He's going to play on Monday night, so let's see how he gets on. But for the next 3 game weeks, I mean, you could go with Bowen, who's got great fixtures, or you can go with Voltemade. Voltemade has Fulham at home, West Ham away, and then Brentford away. He's predicted 13.7 points in those 3 games, and priced at just 7.3 million. He's the cheapest forward out of Mateta, Bowen, João Pedro, and he's playing for Newcastle, who are one of the top teams in the league. He's got 4 goals in 5 games, so what a start for Newcastle's new striker. He's played 90 minutes in back-to-back games, and with Wissa still out, he's probably going to be nailed for the foreseeable future. He's potentially on pens as well when Gordon comes off early, which he usually does around the 70th minute mark, and he manages to get 1.14 big chances per 90. So he's looking like the real deal. At just 23 years old, I expect Voltemade to be a prolific goal scorer for Newcastle for a few years. So that's my top picks for game week 9. Some safe options, a few differentials, and hopefully a few gems you actually haven't considered. Are any of these making your team this week? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your picks in the comments, and let's see who's getting those green arrows. As always, good luck, green arrows, and enjoy the football.